there you gits. Alright, so there's definitely something that absolutely needs addressing here. I know that I ain't been around all that long, but in the time that I've been around this here internet, I've noticed that you me gits has got lots and lots of opinions about us orcs. How we do things, what we think, and what proper orky is supposed to be. But you gits is dead wrong, yeah? It's gone to the point that old Glitzdakka needs to set you me straight with what is and what isn't the way Orks is. So you little gits, sit down, open your lugs and shut your trap. Cause it's time to expand your tiny Yumi brains with some big thinking with hard as nails truth. 1. Purple does not make things invisible to orcs. This is probably the most common thing I constantly hear you Umis going on about. You just think that because something is purple, it disappears from an orc's object permanence? Can you gits not read? Do you not understand your own ZOGGIN language? The quote goes as such. Purple is the sneaky color because who's ever seen a purple orc before? Notice this is the only direct relation to orcs being purple. Not bikes, not buggies or shooters or nothing else. It's just orcs. And let me ask you gits a little something. If purple made things invisible to orcs, then how did ZOG would orcs know what things was purple? How would we even know what the color purple even is? We wouldn't be able to seize it in the first place. Cool, you gits is right, squid brains you is. Of course we know what the color purple is. The point is, there ain't no orc that's purple. If some git saw an orc but that boy was purple, then that git wouldn't think that that was an orc, now would they? Maybe they think it'd be some kind of discolored fish boy, or maybe one of them grimly infested Yumis, or maybe one of them chaos things. After all, as we can all plainly see, Yumis ain't very bright now, is they? Purple orcs don't appear in any sort of natural environment, so the point here is, an orc that looks purple is stealthy because there ain't no purple orcs, so it creates confusion upon seeing said purple orc. And there's another thing. Notice the key word here is stealthy and not invisible. Do you gits knows the difference between these two words here? One means that it's hard to see, and the other means that you can't ZOGGIN see it. Gorks, tusks, I thought Yumi Rods did a better job of teaching them their own language. So you get it, you gits. Stealthy, not invisible. And the only time purple orcs is like that is if an orc is purple. Nothing else. Alright. 2. Orcs do not believe that if a Yumi goes bang, he's doing any talker. Also, 5 boys together is not a ZOGGIN tank. Listen here, you gits. I knows that you knows this story. I even knows this story. It's where some Yumi boys ran out of their zappy talker and started shouting bang bang bang. And a bunch of boys fell over dead thinking that Yumis was still shooting. Then 5 boys on top of each other ran at them Yumis, not dying from the bang bang wordy talker shouts, and were saying, "Weezer's a tank, Weezer's a tank, Weezer's a tank." Obviously, being a tank meaning that no sad Yumi zap talker was gonna stop him. Now look, this is a good story for a laugh, and I'll give you gits that. But it just ain't ZOGGIN true. Listen, orcs ain't the smartest things in the galaxy. We knows that, and we don't care. Overthinking is for Umis and scrawnies, but even we know what it looks like for a gun to go boom. You needs to have some kind of blast coming from the front of your Dakka, and you needs to be launching something. Maybe some whizzer, maybe some zap, maybe some flocker, maybe some slugs, you know, something. So if an orc sees a gun not shooting nothing, it ain't shooting nothing. Not even the Matins is gonna believe that a shooter is shooting if nothing comes out of it. And just as an orc ain't gonna believe that shooting nothing is shooting something, 5 orcs together is never gonna make orcs believe that Dey'z is a tank. That's pure Yumi propaganda. Again, orcs don't do the most thinking, but we ain't stupid. I mean, what is a tank? Well, apparently to you Yumis, it's a box with another box with tracks. It's a bit more complicated for orcs because we do it better. But the point is, 5 boys entirely lacking the visual characteristics needed to maintain the belief that this, in and of itself as a tank, is just not gonna happen. Boys is boys, and boys know it. I know it, and you gits should know better. If it don't look like a tank, then it ain't no ZOGGIN tank. Okay, 3. Orks is not always angry. The fact is that most of the times we ain't angry, but it is safe to say that the normal disposition of an orc can look angry. But here's what humans needs to understand. We ain't angry, we's just annoyed. There's nothing in life better than fighting, right? So if we ain't fighting, then we's usually annoyed at the fact that we ain't fighting. Granted, our boys might be a bit more cheery, cause they likes doing things other than fighting, like building buggies and cans or poking around the inside of boys to see how they tick. But for the average boy, what we wants is a fight, and when we don't get a fight, we's get annoyed. Now you kids may be thinking that when we is fighting, that's when we's is angry. Nah. See, we ain't angry, we's is focused. Big difference, mind. I mean, when you homies is playing them games, what with the different balls or the other sports things that you homies do, you gits ain't smiling neither. You gits looks as angry. But you gits ain't angry, right? You's is focused. Now, when you gits is done with all your sporting stuff, then you's is smiling, right? Well, that's the same with the boys. See, after a big fight, we's is feeling better than ever and we smile. We go to the brew huts, drink fungus beer till we falls down, and we have a big laugh at all the stories of us fighting that we tell. So the next time you see a git that looks like this, remember, he ain't angry, he's just annoyed or focused. Okay, 4. Not all flash gits is freebooters. I'll never ZOGGIN understand where this comes from, but so many of you gits think that only flash gits that exist in the whole of the universe is freebooters. And I'll just look at this. Do these gits right here look like freebooters? And how about these gits? Do these gits got peg legs and hook hands and go yah ha ha all the ZOGGIN time? No, they don't! Listen, I'll grant you gits that there's a lot of flash gits that is freebooters, but you got to remember that freebooters ain't a clan. Rather, they're just a bunch of boys that got kicked out of their clan, right? Like Captain Badrook, for example. He's the greatest freebooter and the biggest boss of all the flash gits. Do you think Badrook came out his growhole a freebooter? No, you git, he was a Badmoon first. He was a Badmoon flash git who did so much swaggering and bragging that even the Badmoons got sick of it and threw him out. He was a flash git moon boy, much like myself, and then became a freebooter. It's a simple understanding of what freebooters is and the passage of ZOGGIN time, and you kids still don't get it. There can be flash gits from any clan except maybe the ZOGGIN Snakebites, but if anything, there's more flash gits in the Badmoons than any other clan. Why? Well, cause we's is the clan with the most teeth and the biggest need for Dakka. So naturally, we's is gonna get the biggest guns the fastest. You got it, gits? 5. A single orc cannot bend reality. You gits really needs to go back to your runtards and weird boys to understand how war energies actually work. As a far smarter git pointed out, you can't just toss a log at an orc, tell it that it shoots Dakka, and then expects it to work. I'ma say again for the gits in the back, orcs don't think much, but we ain't stupid. A log is a ZOGGIN log. We see that it's a log, we know it's a log, and logs by themselves don't Dakka. It takes special modifications to make that proper. Even the most crop-brained boy knows that a gun needs bullets and buggies need wazza juice. Them's is the absolutes of life and no orc is stupid enough not to understand that. Even still, it would take a lot of boys to make something like that even happen. Like that one story that I heard from Ugrat that one time. The boss told them and the boys that it was time to get to the fight, but Ugrat said that the gas was empty. The boss gave Ugrat a good kicking and told them and the boys that he filled it up that morning. And when the boys went to go see the fuel tank, it was full. So, even if the boss didn't fill up the truck, the boys believed the boss because the boss is always right. But that falls under the universal constant that all trucks and buggies need vroom juice. It's not like the boss said they didn't need vroom juice, cause that don't make no zoggin sense. And it took a whole mob of boys to believe that for something that small to happen. So while I appreciate you gits thinking it, a single boy cannot bend the natural realities of existence on a whim. It takes a lot more war energy to get anything like that done. 6. Not all speed freaks is evil sons. Now, do not get me wrong, there are absolutely more speed freaks in the evil sons than any other clan. But seriously, do you really think that to like going really fast you needs to be in a specific clan? Let's think about the logic, alright? Let's say yours is a Badmoon, which means you got more teeth than any other clan gets. Now, you likes going fast, right? Then you's got all the NAS you needs in order to buy or make the most wazza flyboy rocket yous could imagine. Therefore, it wouldn't make sense for a Badmoon to also be a speed freak. Oh, how about them death skulls? I know you gits like to get to scrap as fast as you bodily can in order to loot it before some other git does. So why wouldn't you be wanting to go as fast as possible? It's, what do you hear me say, killing two birds with one stone? I mean, death skulls loot more flying things than any other clan, right? So it just makes all good sense. Even Golf's I'd wager want to get to the front of the fight as fast as their oversized bulk could get them there. So seriously, who wouldn't want to go fast? It's fun. And look, if you gits don't believe me, even Gork's wisdom themselves already proved that there could be other speed freaks in other clans. Right here, you can see that there's a cult of speed that is all Badmoons. Just going to show that Badmoons is best. And it just goes to show that anyone from any clan can also be a part of the cult of speed. And finally, 7. And seriously, open your zoggin lugs for this one. Orks is not a melee army. I can't understand why so many of you kids think this is true. I mean, sure, Weez is the best at getting stuck in, but all you zoggin zogwits who think that Orks is only good for running in head first to the other kids like some zoggin goth and giving them a good chop? Yous is zoggin idiots! Here, let me show you exactly why yous is so zoggin squid brain. Now, you see this? This is a regular boy. Nothing special, just a boy who's ready for a good old fight. Now, do you notice something you daft gits? All the basic boys has got 2 things. A good chopper and a good slugger. Slugger, you weedy zoggins! Do you kids know why we Orks got 2 gods? Do you know why we put chicks and dags in all our stuff? Do you even know why we feels the best when we've got a proper grunt to fight? Contrast! Look, the gods themselves, Orks need contrast, chopper, and slugger. Something for getting stuck in, and something that you can crump with while you're just trying to get there. That's the yin and yang, so to speak, of the great contrast of the Orks. Just look at all the most killer things we got. Dreads, killer cans, stompers, gorgonauts, and morgonauts. What do you get see? There's something for crumping in one hand and something to give darker in the other. Even though Gorgonauts is said to be more crushy and melee, and Morgonauts is more shooty, they both got things to get stuck in and darker while they gets there. Even in my armies, though Dey'z is far more about darker, they still gets to the point where they gets in close and gets stuck in. So, half of the time the darker does so good that there ain't much to crump when we do get stuck in, but we get zoggin stuck in nonetheless. More say bits, even Beast-Snag has always got Zdakka on hand. Even if it ain't very big or impressive, it's still there. So, if you hear some naff git say that orcs should always be about getting close and nothing else, you give him a good clobbering with the nearest brick-throw Glitzdakka, will ya? And that's all I got for now, but I get the feeling that I'm gonna hear even more stupid Umi thinking that's gonna get me annoyed. So, keep an eye out for more, you gits. But for now, ours is getting tired of gobbing, so as I always say, little zoggers, sub up and shove off!